I'm super excited to have this next guest on the show once again. He is an amazing UFC light heavyweight contender, coming off a couple of amazing wins, training out of the incredible Fortis MMA in Texas. And we're talking about the man they call the African Savage, Kennedy Nzechukwu. How did I do with that name?
That was good. You did try it. You did good.
Thank
the last
you.
name you kind of busted a little bit, but you did.
Okay, I'm close, right? And so
Yeah, you get it.
I appreciate it, man. Well, all respect to you. I will get it one of these days, and I'm sure people have done worse, man. So right, so I appreciate you. Well, man, I tell you what, I'm so excited to see you doing well. We talked 2 years ago on this show, and you have a good record. And in the UFC, I think you are like 4-1 now or something. Is that right?
Yeah, UFC, yes. In the UFC, yeah, 3-1, I believe so. Yeah, 4-1. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And then your overall record is 9-1. And I'll tell you, man, it's funny. In that first UFC fight, where they put you against Paul Craig, and we've seen now that Paul Craig is up there really showing how good he is. So they give you him in your first fight. You're winning that fight, and you get caught near the end, and for whatever reason, it almost seems like sentiment was against you. People are like, oh man, now I don't know about this guy. I don't know if this guy Kennedy is good or not good, right? And I remember thinking, man, I don't know why they're thinking that way. And then when you beat Darko Stosic, that was impressive. But then in that fight, and I remember when you went up against Carlos Ulberg, that was one of Izzy's guys from New Zealand, right? And they were hyping the hell out of that guy because Izzy, the champ, Israel Adesanya, was saying that guy gives him fits in the gym. And I remember picking you on this show in my predictions, as did my producer. And I said, Kennedy's going to win this fight. And I said, I just know he's going to win this fight no matter what they're saying. And that was a war, man, because that guy was in there to win. But you just dug deep and came out with an incredible victory. And then again, they gave you another opponent and Danilo Marquez. And everyone's saying, oh, man, this guy Marquez is a killer. This guy's a killer. He's going to destroy everyone in the UFC. He's going to destroy Kennedy. And I said, I don't know, man. I said, I think Kennedy is better than what people are thinking. And you did it again. And I think people now are finally starting to believe. But how did you feel? Were you feeling over the last couple fights that people were doubting you a little bit? Or did you not even really pay much attention to what people on the internet were saying?
Well, I had an idea people were doubting me, but I didn't really care, All I cared was about my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, which got me through everything. But I had an idea, but I just didn't pay attention. I just tried to focus on me and focus on my skill set and work on myself, especially in the gym, and try to get those rounds in and those experience. I know if I do get on the stages more often in the UFC, I will get that experience and what it takes, get to the next level.
Absolutely, because, in life they say it really isn't how you start, but how you finish. And right, just like in a race, it doesn't matter who's leading the whole time if someone comes back from the end and beats them. One of the things I always love, like they show like a race with human beings or a horse race. I love it when the person who's last almost the whole time comes up and wins it, right?
I know, right?
Yeah. And so in that fight with Ulberg, did you feel a lot of pressure? Because at that point you were a 1-1 in the UFC. Right, and there's all kinds of pressure to people can't lose too many fights in the UFC before they lose their job, and so I'm sure you felt pressure to win that fight. And was it a lot? Was it more than any other fight, like in that Ulberg fight?
Well, I felt a little bit pressure, not too much, but I just knew they're hyping him up. They wanted him. Well, I don't know whether they want him to win, but I know they're hyping him up. So I just knew if I beat him, I take the juice,
Yes.
So I just tried, focus. I did have a little bit of pressure, but I didn't really worry about it because I knew I had what it takes to beat him.
Right.
But leading up to the fight, I was just ready, and I know they're hyping him up and everything about that. But I mean, it's the fight game, if It depends. If I was in his shoes, I would love the attention too. But at the same time, it's a job. I had no hard feelings. I just had to go there and accomplish the mission.
Absolutely. And you dug deep, man. That's what
Yeah.
what really impressed me, man, because I've been a fight fan for so many years. I was watching boxing with my dad when I was like 4 years old, and continued to watch boxing and kickboxing and MMA. So I have like a many years of watching combat sports, and I always trained in karate and then jujitsu. So I have a lot of respect for what you guys do. And I remember I would always notice when a fighter had a lot of guts. Like I was young way back when Evander Holyfield fought, the former heavyweight boxing champion. And I saw that same thing in him, that ability to dig deep. And I think that's what champions are made of, and that's what
Yes.
the better fighters are made of, man. So what do you attribute to your ability to be able to dig down so deep and handle such adversity like you do?
Well, it has to be my upbringing in Africa. So, growing up in Africa it's tough. Growing up in the villages, it's very tough out there. You get picked on and get beat up by your older siblings or cousins, even at school. So, all the upbringing, waking up early, going to the farm, fetching water, all those stuff kind of contributed to my resilience and my ability to dig deep. And especially my mother, my mother being in the position she's in, suffering the illness she's going through, and
Yes.
knowing how hard she worked, for us to be in this country, So I have no choice but to dig deep. So especially for also the kids, back home that don't have the resources and the the push or the help to come to this level to compete. It would be disrespectful not to give it my all. Because not a lot of people have the chance and opportunity to perform at this stage. So I just knew I had to dig deep, and it's in my nature, to dig deep. So it's not something you just learn. It has to be in you. You have to have it, that hunger. You have to want it. So although I had a slow start in the fight game, I know that I'm learning gradually. So this is the only sport where I had a little bit rough time picking up. So I just had to connect the dots, try to gradually, as I'm gradually learning, and the more I perform on that stage, the more I'll be able to like perform at a higher level and be able to like show my whole skill set. Right now, I'm not really showing it a lot because I'm just trying to like transition. I just need that experience. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say.
Without a doubt. And you were from Nigeria in Africa, right?
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you, when you were fighting Israel Adesanya's teammate, did you get at all to talk to Israel, or because he's Nigerian, and so it's interesting because his teammate is not. His teammate is, I think, a New Zealander. Did he? Obviously, you have to support your teammate, so clearly he's cheering for his teammate. But did he speak with you? Was there any respect that he gave you, being also Nigerian like him?
No, we didn't speak at all. It's just it's business. You gotta support your teammate no matter what. So forget about all the African and whatever.
Right.
You gotta support the teammate the whole time. So
Yeah.
we didn't speak. I still love the guy. He's doing great. He's doing amazing. I'm still gonna support him. So
Without a doubt,
it is what it is.
Yeah, I'll bet you though he knew you were going to be tough. I'll bet you Israel knew you were going to be a tough fight for his teammate.
I don't know, but I don't know what he was thinking. I just was worried about me.
Yep,
worried
that
about
makes
what I'm
sense.
gonna do. At the end of the day, I have to feed my family, so I gotta go out there and destroy anyone in front of me. So
Without a doubt,
that's all it is. No hard feelings. It's just business.
Without a doubt. And then in the Danilo Marquez fight, a similar situation. How did that fight feel? Right, you were having to dig down deep again, and did you feel the same thing in both the fights with Marquez and Ulberg, or what was the difference in how you felt in both of those fights?
The Ulberg fight was more of not just pressure, but more of coming off the layoff because of my ACL surgery.
Right.
So like I had ACL meniscus surgery, so like it was more of a hesitance. I was more hesitant because I was just worried about the foot. As you see, if you watch me in that fight, I was more flat-footed.
Yes.
So coming off that surgery is like it was kind of messing with my mind, So I was just trying to not re-injure myself, but I know I was not going to injure myself, but you still have that doubt, a little bit creeping in. So I was just more worried about that. But after that fight, the Danilo Marquez fight was a totally different situation because I felt sick on that Tuesday night after I flew into Vegas. So Tuesday nights, usually when we fly in, we have the workout room, so you get to do your workouts or whatever you want to do in that workout room. I did not do at all any of the workouts. I went in there and tried to move around with my teammate, but I just couldn't. So my coach called and was asking me how am I doing, and I told him I'm sick, man. The fever was skyrocketing, and Wednesday it was getting worse. I tried to move in the workout room, but I couldn't, man. After like a couple 30 minutes, I just couldn't. So I went back to the hotel and just slept the whole time. And then my coach was calling me, he was like, just rest. He thought it was exhaustion because I pushed myself every time. So usually I stay healthy, but my coach was thinking it was I overtrained, but I don't think it was the case. I knew I was sick because I got the fever, started getting congestion. I was just worried that it was COVID,
Right.
But the test came back 45 minutes on that Tuesday after we tested and said it wasn't COVID. So I didn't know what it was, but I was just congested. I had migraine, fever, exhaustion, complete exhaustion. So it lingered in towards weight when I was cutting weight, and I was getting lightheaded because I couldn't cut weight. I was already exhausted, and again I was dehydrating myself, so it wasn't helping at all.
No.
So I was so tired, I was struggling with the weight cut because I was tired, and the congestion was not even helping. Then the exhaustion and the fever, and I was like just praying, Me and my pastor prayed, and we just kept praying. My mother were praying over the phone, and I was just begging God, just let me get through this. I needed this fight. I needed it, and I just can't. I couldn't. I'm not gonna forfeit this fight. So I just had to get through this. Then it was crazy because Saturday morning, the fights were earlier. So like earlier when we had to warm up, the 3-4 fights ahead of mine, they were fighting and to reach the Russian guy that was ahead of me. We're in the same training workout room before the fight. So I was watching him get ready, and as he was walking out to his fight, I started warming up again, and man, I just couldn't, man. After every 2 minutes warming up, my coach, I just couldn't. I was kept sitting down trying to take a break, and coach was like, "Come on, you could do it, you could do it." He kept pushing me, kept edging me on to like push through, and it was just bad. I was just lucky every time the commission they walked in, I was just trying to monitor them so they won't like notice something was compromised with me and my health. So I don't want them to stop the fight. So like, man, it was tough, man. Then walking out to the cage is like, my friends and teammates was like, "You looked good," but I'm like, trust me, they didn't know what I was going through. I was just completely tired. The guy grabbed the single leg, dumped me, and I just couldn't fight it, man. I was just exhausted. I was still having that fever, but I poker faced everything. So he rode my back. I'm sorry, sir.
No problem.
I'm sorry. I just got through with training, so that's why I'm in the laundry room.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all.
So yeah, the guy picked me. My single leg dumped me. I couldn't fight it. We struggled, and how I got through that fight, I have no clue. I just pushed. I had no clue. I know it's God that got me through that fight with all my prayers and my obedience towards Him, and I just praised the Lord. Once I got to the hotel, I just went to bed, took a shower, went to bed, and that was it. I never ate or anything.
Oh man.
I just slept. Man. Yeah, I just slept, and I just wanted to be in Dallas. I was like, man, I gotta change my flight. It was on. Usually the UFC flies you out the next day, but I was like, nah, I want to go home. Yeah. So I changed my flight. I purchased another ticket, and that like 5 hours after the fight. Then we flew out, came to Dallas. I just went to bed. So
man,
it was God's grace, and I thank God for that. But that was it was a crazier situation. It was crazy, man. It was. Thank God for that. I got through it though.
Without a doubt, man, you're a man of great faith, and I know that's definitely important. And and you did the best you can do, and you dug deep, man. That's amazing. So these two wins, these two big wins, where you looked so good, you were damaged and injured in the first one, and you were severely sick in the second one. That's amazing. So I would imagine that the next time you fight, God willing, you're going to be healthy. You're probably really going to.
I'm begging, Lord.
Yeah.
I was like, let me be healthy.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen me perform when I'm fully healthy, and I know the fight game. A lot of fighters fight injured or whatever the case may be, but I just want to be healthy next time so I can really showcase my skill set and everything I've learned in the training room.
Without a doubt, man, and I think that'll be amazing because I think you'll be even that much better. Are they talking about any opponents, or is anything you can mention as far as what might be coming up?
Well, right now, I think McMahon is our matchmaker, and he's like looking for fights. I believe my coach is, because my coach is my manager, so he's here trying to they're trying to like find a matchup, you know. So, but whenever the matchmakers give me, I'm willing to take because I'm healthy now. I'm ready. So I'm ready to go, you know. So I always stay ready, so I don't have to really get ready. So I just train the whole time, run, stay healthy, work out, and keep my mind fresh, you know, focus on the right things, you know, and I'm always ready. So I just ready. I'm ready. Once the fight, to get the fight, we just start tweaking things, focusing and narrowing it in. So I'm just ready for whatever, whenever.
Without a
So,
doubt. And since you fought June 26th, man, your fight looks like you're getting fights fairly frequently. You fought March 6th, and then
yes,
3 months later. So if
yes,
it's continuing like that, then maybe you might have a fight in August or September. Would either of those work
yeah,
for you?
absolutely.
Either
I'm
one?
ready, you know.
Yeah.
Either one, I'm ready because you know, this is a fight game. You know, someone might get injured or
Yep.
a matchup might pop up, so you have to be ready. It's not like the NBA or something like that where like there's seasons. There's no season, so we just gotta stay ready. There's the fight game, and you have to be ready to grab the opportunity as it comes because you never know when the next this opportunity might pop up. So you gotta be able to feed your family and
Yes.
take the opportunity as it comes up.
Without a doubt. Now you've got a few good big guys there at Fortis. Let us know who are your more frequent training partners over there.
Uriah Hall, you know him, and
Yep.
Alonzo Menefield. We have Ryan Span, you know him too, and I have my teammate Zumor. I have Jeff Neal, and we have a new teammate. He's also Nigerian,
Cool.
so I go with him. He's a middleweight, and you don't really know him because he fought on the lower level like LFA. So
Right.
I have them, and we have Rashad Coulter, Clinton, is several other teammates that you probably some of them you won't know, but most of my major training partners is got to be Ryan and Alonzo, and yeah, that's more that those are my major training partners because they're light heavyweights, they're in my weight class, so they give me the push and the good looks I need to use to display my skills. So they help sharpen me because Ryan and Alonso have been fighting way before I have, and they have more experience as far as striking and grappling, and I get to learn and absorb from them and get to work on my game too.
Without a doubt, and those are really, really good fighters. Would you like to have a chance to get that one back, as they say in English in America, against the one you lost, against Paul Craig?
Oh, absolutely, that would be something I'm definitely into. But right now I know I keep everything in the Lord's hands. Once He shows me, because I pray a lot and I focus on the Lord, and He will provide the opportunity for me. When the opportunity arises, I'll capitalize on it and take advantage of it. So I don't try to like get anxious about, oh, I need this, I want that. I just stay calm, and I know the Lord will provide the right matchups for me. So I go as it comes. You know, the Lord blesses me with opportunity, I grab it. You know, and yeah, yeah, you're right. It's definitely Paul Craig. I do want to get that one back. I know I am better than him, but he was the better man that night, and
Right, and that was your
I'm
first
ready to get
UFC
home.
fight. Yep, and you've
Yeah,
definitely grown
yeah,
since then. There are some
yeah.
interesting guys at light heavyweight. There's that
Hmm.
crazy guy Jiri Prokaska. What do you think of that
Oh yeah,
crazy? What do you that guy's a crazy
that guy.
interesting guy, huh?
Yeah, he's good, man. You know, with the cardio and with the pace, and he has a unique style. You know, and that's definitely good. He's
Yeah,
very good. So
you against
yeah,
him would be a very interesting matchup, don't you think?
yeah, that'd be a very interesting one. Yeah, I'll love that. You know, I like the high pace fights. You know, and the unique style.
Absolutely. And got something? Okay. And so I don't want to overlook one thing you mentioned, your mother, because I was watching on another show that your mother is very ill, I think, with ALS, and she's always been your biggest supporter. And now you're taking care of her. How has that affected your life? Is your mom still wanting to watch your fights? Is she hanging in there? How's that going?
Yeah, she doesn't like watching my fight. She probably have a heart attack watching it. But
Right, right.
yeah, she does like when I get the win though. She feels way better, you know. She's always there to support me no matter what, and she's one of the strongest people in my life, you know. She's been there since the beginning through the thick and thin, always praying for me, always pushing me through. She's one of she is my biggest supporter, and I thank God for her. It's not her situation doesn't really bother me at all. It's my obligation. It's my duty to take care of her. Because I mean,
Right.
people. I know most people don't have some people. A lot of people don't have that relationship with their parents. But my mom is a big deal. You know. So for me, it's a big deal. We have a certain bond.
Absolutely. And so the responsibility, you're
Yeah,
saying, it doesn't bother you at all.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
that's literally my responsibility to take care of her, no matter what situation. Is I keep her first. She's my priority right there. So
Yeah.
once I'm glad I have a sister, that younger sister, that I teach, as far as feeding her and helping her do certain things like shower and stuff like that. I teach my sister how to do some things. So when I'm not there, or when I'm training, or when I travel to Vegas, she's always there and to help my mom. And as far as the meals and everything, I have a guy that preps the meals and supplies them to us. So everything's well situated. So I just thank God, she's my mom has been there through the thick and thin. So I thank God for her being alive today.
Without a doubt. I'm
It's
sure
been
she, I'm
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. I'm sure she's a great inspiration for you when you fight, huh?
Yes, a lot, man. She's been there, man. She's been there through everything. It's just crazy the journey we've been. She came to this country having nothing, She just worked her way from the bottom to the top, and right when it was time for her to be right when she got to the nursing level where she became a licensed nurse, and she was about to enjoy everything she put into it, that's when her illness came. And so crazy, she didn't get to enjoy what she suffered the whole time for it. But I'm glad for the bonuses. I did get to pay off of a lot of her nursing loans, and the debt she racked up in school. So that helped a lot.
That's
So
it.
thank God, thank God to helping me, and thank God for McMahon, Dana White, Sean Shelby, for giving me the opportunity too. So yes, he's been nothing but great to me. So I'm grateful. Yeah,
Absolutely.
my
Absolutely.
mom is a lot. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have a great attitude, man, and family is so important. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that you're a guy doing the right thing in life. You're 29 years old, so you're still a young
Mm.
man, and it's impressive to see that you put your family first, and you're without hesitation doing everything to take care of your mother. And so that's a great thing. I believe, like they say in karma. I think religion is even more important, but good karma is like doing a good thing and putting a good thing
Mhm.
out there. God sees it, people sees
Yeah,
it, and I think you have
absolutely.
this, right? You're taking care of your mom and your family,
Mhm.
and so I think that you're someone that people can cheer for because you fight for something very important: the health of your
Yes,
family
yes,
and the love of your
absolutely.
family. Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate that, man, and I think you're an amazing contender, man. I think that probably people are going to want to avoid you in fights, but some people will fight you, I'm sure. But I think that people now see that you are absolutely for real, and your next fight, I think, is going to be a big fight. And I think at light heavyweight, I think you're very close, really, to being top 10. Did you see a ranking last time, or where you are right now?
Man, I just want to fight, Whatever God puts in my way, I'm fighting, But if it's His will for me to get up there, and then I will get up there. But I'm gonna be able to control what I can control. But what I can't control, I put in the Lord's hands. But I'm ready, I'm hungry. I want to fight, I gotta use this time, because this window closes so fast. So we don't stay young forever. So you gotta utilize the time we do have, because you could get injured and have a career damaging injury, and where you can't fight again. So you never know tomorrow. So there's a saying in my language, they call it says Echidime. That means tomorrow is pregnant with something new. So you never know what is tomorrow holds. So you got to utilize the time you have now to capitalize on all the opportunities God's giving you. So sometimes
Yes.
people want to train, and sometimes people want to be lazy or stuff like that, but you don't have much time. You never know what tomorrow has in sight. So you got to be able to capitalize and focus hard and use it. This is, sports is like something for the youth. When
Yes.
you get older, you get injured and you can't perform as much. So I'm ready to fight, as much as I can in the window I have, and capitalize on every opportunity UFC gives me. So I'm grateful to UFC. They've helped me change my life. It helps me support my mother. With all the money, the money they've paid me so far, I'm using that for my mother. Which she deserves every part of it. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the UFC.
Absolutely. Well, that's the great attitude. And at 29 years old, you're in a really good position. It seems like a lot of the guys at light heavyweight are 32 years old, 35 years old, 37 years old. So you're in a really good position at 29, as focused as you are, and with the great team that you have. I know you're gonna do great things. And before I let you go, really quick, if I can have two predictions from you. The first is this big fight this Saturday. Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. If you can predict the winner, and if you can tell us how you think that fight is going to play out.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, Connor's a sniper in the first 2 rounds. He's a great puncher. He capitalizes that fast twitch muscle, and he's good at that. He has that reflex. So we know that, well, based on what we've seen, he doesn't have the cardio to push in later rounds. So I think if he has a chance, he has to be in the first 2 rounds. But once he passes those 2 rounds, with Dustin's cardio and grit, I don't think Dustin's gonna take him out. So like Conor, I don't think he won't be able to submit to Dustin. So his only chance of winning is a knockout in the first 2 rounds. Dustin's chance of winning is finishing, and he could also submit Conor. But I don't see the fight going 5 rounds. It's not gonna go all 5 rounds. I don't think so. It's either Dustin finishing him in the later rounds or even in the second round. But Conor is gonna be that fast and calculated and fresh in the first 2 rounds. So he has those 2 rounds to win the fight by knockout, and Dustin has the later rounds to finish Conor once he starts getting tired and fatigued.
That makes sense. And then at heavyweight, I know everyone was hoping to see Francis Ngannou against Derrick Lewis, and now I don't know what went wrong. Maybe there's some problems with negotiating with Francis, but now it looks like it's Derrick Lewis against Cyril Gane from France.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you think that fight plays out, and who wins that?
And Cyril Gane is a beast, man. And Derrick Lewis is also a beast too. But man, Derrick Lewis, I know he has a crazy power, but he could also finish Cyril, but Cyril's too fast. And he moves so fast as a heavyweight, and he has superior striking. I just can't see Derrick Lewis stopping Cyril. I think Cyril's gonna get the win by unanimous decision or by knockout, because Cyril Gane is just too quick and too athletic, and he hits hard. So like, you don't have a lot of heavyweights that move like he does, and he's a huge guy. So he's just good. He showcased all those skills against Volkov and the other guy. I can't remember the previous guy fight he had.
Rosenstruck.
Yeah, Rosenstruck. Yes.
Yeah.
And Cyril Gane is just a beast, man. He's huge, he's fast, he's athletic, and it's hard to do it as a heavyweight too, because those guys, I know a lot of them don't have that cardio to push, but Cyril Gane is just too quick, too fast, and I just think he's getting the job done.
Very true. Very true. Real quick.
Eventually, he's probably going to fight. Eventually, he's going to fight Francis.
That's what I was going to say. Can you tell me real quick? I don't want to keep you too much longer. Who wins if it's Cyril
or
Francis?
No, you're good. Yeah, if you take your time, you're good. I'm done with practice, so we have all the time.
I appreciate it. But give me quick, because I know in a few minutes we have to wrap up the show. I appreciate it. But
yes,
Gane versus Francis. What do you think?
Wow, that's an awesome one. I know they're previous training partners and friends, but it's all business now. If Gane versus Ngannou.
Yep.
Ngannou has that crazy power, if he connects, it's over. But I know with facing Gane, he has to be more disciplined. He can't be swinging crazy, because Gane is too fast too. He's crazy fast, and he hits hard. He might not hit as hard as Ngannou, but he has superior striking. So again, it's a tough one. I don't know who wins that, because they're both fast, quick, and athletic. Gane has the superior striking, and Ngannou has the crazy power. So man, it's crazy. It's a crazy one. I'm curious. I'm very curious. I don't know who will win, because they're so both good, and they have certain skill sets that is very vital when it comes to fighting. So I know Gane has the cardio, and has superior striking. I know Ngannou has the heavy power, which if he connects, is nice and lights out. So I'm very curious. And I know Gane has a chin too, so I'm very curious.
It'd be amazing.
I don't know. Yeah, definitely.
No way to know the winner. I agree. So Kennedy, tell us, so that people know, the proper way to say your last name. Is it Nzechukwu, or how do we say it correctly?
You got it towards the end, right? But Nze, so it's like Nze. So pretend like a E is in front of the N.
Okay.
Nze.
Nzechukwu.
Yes, Nzechukwu.
Nzechukwu. Got you. So,
Yes.
Kennedy Nzechukwu, I thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you
our
so
show.
much, man.
I think on social media, it's just your name, or is it African Savage? Where can people support you on social media?
Instagram, Jungle Boy Naija, Jungle Boy Naija. So Jungle Boy and underscore Naija, and on Facebook is Kennedy Nzechukwu, the same thing, just my first and last name. And I don't really have Twitter and stuff like that. There's all this social media stuff. I don't even know how to use it. But UFC, I know they're big on social media, so that's why I kept the Instagram. But usually I had just the Facebook to communicate mostly with my friends in Nigeria. But I just had to open Instagram because UFC is very big on that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, sir.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you so much, Kennedy Nzechukwu. You're an amazing fighter.
Sir.
You're an amazing man. God bless you. We'll keep cheering for you.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.